What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, if you're one of the extremely lucky persons that managed to pull a Nakrit this week, you came to the right video. Today, I'm gonna share with you the best 3 builds for this champion. I think that he is one of the most powerful champions in the entire game, and I'm not really talking necessarily about PvE because we have so many options there. But when we're talking about Arena, Nekhret is the ultimate god. Now, before we move over to talk about the champion, guys, if you enjoy the music you hear in the video, I just want to let you know I partnered up with Soundstripe. They have an amazing music library, so if you're a content creator looking for some non-copyrighted music to use in your content, definitely head over and check them out. Or if you're a music enthusiast, this might be the right place for you as well. The link will be in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code SCRATCH. What a bargain you're getting on the channel today, guys. But let's move over to Nakrit. Now, I attempted to pull a second Nakrit on every event that we had for him, okay? Unfortunately, I failed. I miserably failed because I still only have one Nakrit. Now, why would I like to have a second one? I like to have one build for offense, one build for defense. Their builds are pretty different. That's kind of like the whole idea with owning multiple ones. If we're gonna go over his kit, he's one of these champions that only needs 7 books, okay? Such an OP champion that only requires 7 books. I wish every champion in Raid Shadow Legends will have a cap at 7 books. That would make everyone happy. The A1 has a triple hitter, it has a chance to land decrease attack, and you don't need accuracy for that because the effect cannot be resisted. Damage is based on defense, he is a defense-based champion. The A2, Legion of the Damned, teams up with allies to attack one enemy. All allies under ally protection buffs placed by this champion will join the attack, you know. Of course, they're gonna use their default skill and grants an extra turn if no enemies are killed during this attack. This actually helps you a lot by bringing you back to this skill right here, decreasing the cooldown a bit even more. Disturbing Infusion places a block debuffs, ally protection, and strengthen buff on an ally for 3 turns. The ally protection buff cannot be removed. We have the first passive. So this champion actually has some extremely powerful passives. The very first one right here, whenever an ally is attacked while under ally protection, placed by this champion, places a shield buff on the ally equal to 30% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. It occurs only if the ally doesn't have a shield placed by this champion. Plus, it decreases the cooldown of Legion of the Damned skill by 2 turns if the shield buff is placed. Now, this right here allows you to keep squishy champions alive. You'll actually be surprised. You're gonna be able to bring in a nuker that's pretty squishy and he's gonna survive one of the most powerful hits in the entire game, Rotos's A3. So that's actually pretty damn good. Now, on top of that, the next passive will allow you to basically bring in a Savage Nuker and make him on immunity. Will allow you to bring a super fast Speed Arbiter and Transformer on immunity. Will allow you to bring in a very high accuracy champion and kind of like transform that champion to immunity. Places a block debuffs buff and a strengthen for 3 turns on the ally with the lowest max HP at the start of each round. When you're starting the round in Arena, this passive is gonna go on the lowest HP champion, making that champion immune to debuffs, giving him strengthen, ally protection for 6 freaking turns, and that cannot be removed. Plus, when he gets damaged, the next passive comes in play and gives a shield to that champion, helping it to stay alive. Now, this kind of killed the Hegemon meta at the beginning when they released the champion because that's how we used to run the champion, okay? Cover my Savage, bring it in, wreck the opponents. Was pretty straightforward because it's so nice to have that crazy power on a nuker and to kind of like cover it for getting debuffed, you know, for a Hegemon or anything like that, because this passive will actually activate before Hegemon is taking his turn. He has a resistance aura for all battles. It increases by 60, so that's pretty good. Most of us are building him with tons of HP because of his passive, and it's just a bit harder to kill because a lot of people used to run Madame series for a defense down, so that made a bit of a difference, you know. I have mine built on a shield set, so I'm gonna share with you a couple of different builds. the main idea that I want to point out with the shield set, this is an offense build. Okay, I'm using this in offense to protect the rest of my team. If a damage hegemon or a different champion nukes, I'm gonna get to withdraw a solid amount of damage. Now we have the bolster set. If you want to keep a Nakrit for offense, definitely use a bolster set on him if you have one, okay? I'm still keeping him on a shield set. I only managed to squeeze in a nice bolster set, and that's gonna go on a different champion that I'm gonna use in my defense. How I mentioned, the build that I currently have on my Nakrit is for offense. Now, would be much better to be a bolster set because a Kymar won't be able to strip it, a Madame Series won't be able to strip it. So that would actually help my team a bit more. The total stats that I have on him, 106k HP, 3.4k defense, 202 speed, 434 accuracy, and pretty much that's all that matters. Now, I do have a resistance banner because it's a reaction. I do have reaction on him because that helps quite a bit as well. And the whole idea is I would prefer to have more HP and drop some of this reaction, but unfortunately, I don't have it. More HP will mean a better shield and will help the team a bit more. But I'm happy with what I have. This resistance actually helps against some hegemons that don't have very high accuracy, so he's not gonna get locked, and I get to use the skills on him, his A2, his A3, without having to wait. In terms of masteries, we have defense and support 3. Tier 6 I have unshakable for 50 extra resistance. That's kind of like to help us for the same thing that I just explained to you. If I'm gonna use Bulwark in offense, that can help a bit some of the other champions. I used to run this before when there used to be a lot of crazy damage hegemons. There are not as many anymore. So I feel like having this extra resistance is a bit more beneficial for him, for what I'm using him, you know? But having Bulwark as tier 6 is pretty powerful as well. Now, these are the masteries that I have on him. Now, how exactly I'm using this champion in offense? Let me show you some of my team presets. So we have the very first team right here. Lord Shazar is actually not built on immunity. That's why I have Nekhret. He's gonna protect my Lord Shazar and kind of make him become an immunity champion. We have a shield, which is gonna protect the entire team, so we can withdraw a massive nuke from any hegemon out there, basically, you know? So that's actually pretty on point. You can do this with a Tranda. I actually had that built as well. I'm not really using it as much anymore because I feel like it lost a bit of value, but kind of like a very similar team like this. Instead of Kymar Madame Series, you can bring Arbiter or whatever other champions you can. The whole idea is this either needs to be built on immunity if you're going against hegemons, or maybe you're going against crazy Candrophones or against crazy Rotoses. Nakrit actually helps to keep that Tranda alive, not only kind of like give for immunity. That's why teams like this are so powerful. This one right here, this was actually going against high accuracy Warlord, so I was going with a resistance Kymar, resetting all the skills, so whatever other champions they had in there, most of the times I was able to withdraw a hit from it, you know. Now the current teams that we can attack in here, they're not that amazing. I'm not in Platinum, we had a reset today, I just didn't have a chance to actually play it out, but I'm quickly gonna show you an example. So we're gonna have increased attack on that Rotos, we're gonna be able to pretty much get in some very crazy damage. I'm actually gonna play around with this, change a bit the team around. I'm gonna bring in a different champion instead of Lord Shazar. I'm actually gonna bring in, let's just see, we're gonna bring in an Itos, okay? I'm not even gonna need Lady Kimi. We're gonna bring in an increased attack just so we can actually clap that team after. Kymar just to put everyone to sleep. But only after they're gonna damage my my Ethos. We wanna see that in action first. Now, it's not gonna be based on who's the lead, okay? Protoss is gonna target the lowest HP. If he has the preset set for the A3, we're gonna get to see. If no, I'm gonna let him go and do it. I'm not gonna kill the team till they're using their skills right, you know? So you see, Ethos is crazy protected right now. I'm actually gonna use that. I was gonna say I'm gonna try to kill that Tormin. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, Rotos, what are you going to do? Let's see. Is he gonna use the A3? I hope so. I surely hope so. No, he used the A2, okay? He hit my Nakrit. It seems like he barely scratched him. That's fine. We're gonna wait another turn. This time around, he should be going for Itos. Okay, we kill that again. Come on, Rotus. Do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. There we go. You see? That's kind of like the power of Nekhret. It's gonna keep pretty much any champion alive like that. But you know what? Let's actually try a different thing. Let's try a different thing. We're actually gonna bring in a champion that, let's just say, has no stats. Let's just bring in that knight, right? He's gonna stay alive. He's level 1 with no gear. So he has no gear. Can we keep him alive? How many hits he can actually survive with a team like this? I'm actually not even gonna increase the turn meter on my team. I'm gonna let it go like this. Okay. 2. He stole the buffs, but he survived it as well. So we got 3 hits. Solus, Tranda, and Mashald. They hit my Death Knight, level 1, with no gear, and he still survived. That's because Nakrit is so freaking powerful, guys. Now, let's keep our Arbiter alive as well. And there we go. We finally lost him, but Arbiter, she's still alive. That's kind of like how it works with his passive. You see, very powerful. It's gonna take them a while to kill the champion that's getting protected, especially if it has stats and gear. That's how you should use your Nakrit in offense. Now, let me show you a couple of builds for defense and kind of like give you an idea of what exactly he can do for your team in defense. If we're gonna talk about the very first build when we're talking about defense, Stone Skin is definitely one of the best options. You wanna make sure you are prioritizing to have a lot of HP, and the main thing is to have 6 pieces of the Stone Skin. That's very, very important. Now, of course, that can be stripped by a Madame Series or a Kaimar. Is a 50-50 chance, or a Ramantu. That's why you want to have some reaction on the champion as well. Because I see a lot of people saying, well, I have Stone Skin, I don't need reaction. On contrary, you actually need them both. Now, resistance can be beneficial on the build as well, but you really want to prioritize on having high HP. So, bombs won't be able to just simply one-shot it, especially if you're bringing in a bolster set that almost gonna guarantee you that you're not gonna lose your champion when 2 bombs are dropping. Total stats that I have on him: 112k HP. I have 134 speed. You don't want to have him too fast, because if he's gonna get to rotate too many times, he's gonna lose the Stone Skin, and that's gonna be pretty pointless. Now, in terms of masteries, I haven't actually changed them, but because we are on the Stone Skin, I would strongly suggest you for tier 6, go on and get Bulwark. This will actually help your teammates as well, and since he's on Stone Skin, he will barely get no damage whatsoever. Very, very important. How exactly you're gonna run this champion? Now, you're gonna put him in your arena defense team, either to protect your nuker, either to protect one of your support champions, which is gonna be a bit harder to do, but all around, he's gonna play the same role that he played when we used him in offense. Now, on this build, he's not going to be great for offense. He's very slow. There is no shield to protect the rest of your allies if a nuke is gonna come in play. So he's honestly not great for offense, but for defense, he can be super annoying. He's very slow. Stone Skin for 2 turns. If they're not removing the Stone Skin, it can be a problem. Now, if you have crazy good Stone Skin gear, you can get 700 plus resistance, 100k plus HP, and be amazing. Maybe they're gonna have a problem even to land bombs on your champion if you have enough resistance, but mainly you gotta have the champion empowered for all that, and I don't have it. And I don't have so much good resistance substats on my Stone Skin gear, funny enough. But basically, that's kind of like how you wanna go for the champion. You're pairing him with whatever other champions you have: Rector, Threat, Dutch, Sifi, even Ursaga, Candraphone, Leorius, to protect the nukers, because that immunity can be pretty freaking annoying. Like, if we're going against a team right here, let's see, what do we have available? We're gonna go back to arena. Let's bring in Candraphone, and we're gonna go in like that. So that Madame Series is gonna do all her shenanigans. If she's not stripping the Stone Skin from my Nakrit, which she actually did this time around, but it can be pretty painful. We actually still managed to get in the win just like that, because Candraphone is pretty nasty as well. But on a defense, that can be very, very annoying, you know. I experienced it many, many times. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys experienced this many, many times, right? When you actually had a stone skin Nakrit, especially when Hydra kind of like became a thing. There used to be so many. Now a lot of them are using a lot of a different set, sorry. And I'm gonna show you that set. And coming back to our last build, protection set Nakrit. This set comes from the Hydra clan boss as well, and basically it gives the wearer a chance to put a protected buff on the wearer. This can be extremely annoying in arena, especially if you're protecting your nukers, if you're protecting champions that are essential to screw the opponent up, like even a warlord, right? Let's just say you're putting immunity on warlord, it cannot be removed because it gets protected. They're not going to be able to sleep warlord, he's going to get to use his skill. They're not going to be able to remove the immunity from a Candraphone, they're not going to be able to land decrease attack or anything like that, or CC him, Candraphone is going to smack. That's kind of like the whole idea with this. Total stats that we have on him: 113k HP, 3.8k defense, 141 speed, 386 resistance. Again, you don't want to have tons and tons of speed with this build if you're going to use it for defense, which again, this is not an offense build. It's not that amazing either. He is pretty slow. We don't have a shield to actually take any damage in. But like this, for defense, he can be pretty annoying. So let me quickly just show you. I haven't changed the master. It's kind of like the same thing as we had before. But if we're going to go in arena again, I'm quickly going to try to refresh to see if I find a slightly better team. Something that's a bit more interesting, you know. If I got to do a couple of refreshes, it's fine. I'm just going to do it. Not a problem. How I mentioned, there are not that many amazing teams at this tier. But we're going to go against this. So if that immunity comes in play as protected, which it didn't, but check all the other debuffs, all the other buffs, sorry, they're all protected except the immunity. So they cannot remove any of those buffs, which is pretty crazy. Now, if the chance procs on the immunity as well, that becomes very freaking dangerous for the opponent, right? Because he won't be able to CC my nuker. That's why having a protection set Nakrit is so freaking powerful. Okay, we're back in goal 5, baby. Let's go. Let's give it a go against this team. I feel like this time around, that immunity is definitely gonna protect my Candraphone. And there we go. We got it in. Even though that warlord locked us, you see. The whole idea behind it is that Damadam series was not able to CC my candy. So my Candraphone can do crazy damage right now. Bang. That Arbiter didn't stood a chance. I'm locked right now, so I can't really do much, honestly. Probably I'm gonna lose Nakrit, which is fine. That immunity is still gonna be left on Candy. And just because right now I might actually just almost get on point to kill some of them. I don't think that Madame Series is gonna kill him. I still have the immunity on, right? Which is pretty solid. Even if she's gonna overlap me quite a few times, I feel like I'm safer. Now, if I would use the A1, I don't think I'm gonna get her down. So I'm gonna try to do this. Oh, almost. Don't do it. Okay, she got resisted. She got resisted again. And this should be game over. Candraphone coming in for the win. And all because of that immunity that was placed on him. Madame Series tried to debuff him 4 freaking times and nothing happened. That's why protection Nekrets are so freaking annoying in defense. Just kind of like to give you guys an idea. Now, that's why I really want to get a second one. To make another Nakrit. You know, either on Stone Skin, either on protection. Hopefully one day it's gonna happen. But that was all for this video, guys. If you got lucky enough to pull a Nakrit, hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.